Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at a scenario where North America gets recolonized and basically civilization is wiped out here. And this is not what if civilization started over, but all form, uh, just all forms. I mean, it's pretty much just animals here now. No humans, and it's going to be probably recolonized. Well, not probably. It's going to be recolonized by, outside powers and most likely Europe, maybe Russia, maybe even China. I don't know. Maybe they'd colonize a little bit. Um, and maybe even some of South America, especially the ones that are really close to the border. But anyway, we can get into this video and obviously, this isn't meant to be realistic, and we're also going to disband the United Nations, all major alliances, I mean, pretty much every alliance. Um, we're, of course, disbanding NATO, um, just because it might be hard for, countries, because, like, say, the United Kingdom wanted to colonize, well, maybe not them, for instance, but maybe Germany wanted to colonize, but the United Kingdom is kind of blocking them. Maybe they would go to war. Probably not. Maybe if it was going to be, it'd probably be in a smaller sense, like with smaller countries. But anyway, yeah, we're going to disband the United Nations, disband all alliances to make it easier for countries to fight and colonize. And yeah, we can get right into it. And yeah, starting off, uh, I guess we really need to. We're just gonna say that like everyone's just like, oh, cool, free land, and that's kind of what happens. Now the world would probably go into a little bit of an economic depression, because the United States is such a large exporter. But uh, yeah, they are very economically important in the world. Um, But we're gonna kind of just ignore all that and go straight to the colonization, where the first moves being made is specifically Colombia, and no, I don't want to clone whatever or something, I don't know. But they are going to move past their border and start to colonize Panama, and they will get uh, pretty much up to the Panama Canal, which is still here, before they will draw up their new border, which will just kind of go uh, right by the Panama Canal, and it will be pretty simple. We now see Venezuela uh, get these three islands, as well as Trinidad and Tobago, just to kind of, I guess, get more land, because who wouldn't want to do that? And immediately, too, Europe is very interested, and the United Kingdom, well, they want to colonize the United States, and, well, not just the United States, they want to colonize pretty much all of North America. Of course, they're probably not going to get to all of North America, but they are going to invade Ireland to both show their dominance and also to, I guess, get a little bit of a clearer path towards uh, North America, because you really have to go around Ireland. And Ireland isn't going to be a very big deal. I mean, it's a smaller country, weaker country, and the United Kingdom is still pretty easily going to take them out. And Ireland is going to fall to them, and they will fully annex it and already began to invest in colonization by sending, I guess, research or not research, I don't know, sending people out, I guess, I don't know. And Portugal and Spain and France, these four countries right here, they want to colonize, and so does Germany. But like I kind of talked about, it's kind of hard for them to go because they'd have to go all around the British Isles because they would probably block them, then go all the way over here. Unless they wanted to go to like Canada or Greenland, they could go to Greenland, and actually that's probably their best bet. So you know what? They're gonna go to Greenland, and while they're at it, they're going to take out Iceland. Iceland doesn't have a military, so they will very quickly surrender over. And from here, Germany will begin to colonize Greenland as they just colonize these southern parts. And from here, they just kind of keep going, and they're actively colonizing it. I mean, really, they're not going to colonize the whole thing. They probably didn't even go past this, because Iceland, or not Iceland, Greenland is so cold. And yeah, pretty much once this happens, it's just gonna kind of be marked as theirs. And I mean, you really don't need Greenland, but I guess if they want land, they can get land. And I mean, yeah, Greenland just kind of falls right over. And this actually gives Germany a nice way to get to the Americas because they can just kind of go above the United Kingdom, which, if they ever become rivals, could very quickly turn south. And then they can just kind of go over to the Americas. And yeah, if they become rivals, then the United Kingdom is probably going to block off this and block off this, and Germany's going to be stuck. But if that were to happen, France might even jump in and protect Germany. Well, maybe not protect Germany, but, you know, France and the United Kingdom have been rivals for so long, and they're going to continue that, of course, here, especially with colonization. But anyway, let's, I mean, I guess it's still the video, but anyway, Portugal is going to send, I don't know if I'd say like scouts, but they're going to send people out and kind of go towards the Caribbean, and they're going to land by Puerto Rico and just start colonizing all of the Caribbean islands, which they do very fast. And they also will begin to colonize the Dominican Republic, and they will colonize all of that as well. But Spain will also land, colonizing the southern Bahamas and Cuba, as well as Jamaica and the Cayman Islands, I think. And they will also then, from there, colonize the rest of the Bahamas and kind of attempt to block Portugal off. And yes, there's kind of a rivalry growing between those two countries. And France and the United Kingdom are, of course, sending people out also, colonizers, to go colonize, because that's what colonizers do. France will land in Newfoundland, and they will colonize it all the way, and move into Canada a little bit, or I mean, I guess this is Canada, but like, I guess Quebec actually. And they will colonize this island and kind of move more into this area as they kind of get the islands and area around here in this bay, which I, for some reason, don't know what it's called. Well, is this a bay? Probably. But yeah, they will kind of follow this little kind of indent, and yeah. Also, this is all probably still explored land. But anyway, the United Kingdom is going to go out, and they're going to land once again in Virginia and Maryland and this area, and they are going to colonize this area around, oh, what is this bay called? Chesapeake Bay, I think. It's summer over here. Anyway, though, they will colonize a good chunk right here. And the reason why I'm not drawing lines is because it's like not really official yet. Whereas like this is official. Like they're not moving past here. If they're actively expanding, then there's not going to be borders drawn yet. but like Colombia, they're kind of done. They kind of want to do it more in waves when they go further up, and who knows, that might be a good tactic. But anyway, Russia realizes a mistake they made in selling Alaska, and they're going to go take it back. And of course, they'll start by colonizing all of these islands, and then kind of just work their way up into Alaska, and they will kind of just, I mean, kind of like Greenland, it's kind of just theirs. There's really no one stopping them, and they do want to colonize a lot, but they are still at war with Ukraine, and so they are going to kind of stop and just rest for a little bit because they colonized still a good chunk of Alaska. So a border will be drawn up that will actually look not very different from today's Alaska border. Well, I mean, I guess it does, but they colonized still the same general area and some of these islands. And from here, it will be left for now. And also, China now, they want to, well, first of all, they're going to invade Taiwan. And this is to both, I mean, they don't like Taiwan, and they also want more access to the, what is this, Pacific Ocean. And they are going to sail right on over here to Hawaii and colonize it. And I forgot to turn back on water effect. Yeah, I don't, that looks a little bit better. Also, please let me know if you don't in the comments. I will make a poll. But let me know if you like this terrain layer on, or like I don't know. I'll probably make a poll anyway, but let me know if you want it on or off. I'm gonna keep it off for this video, because it might look a little bit nicer. But anyway, yeah, we can get back to this, where Colombia is going to start to embrace the idea of colonizing more into Central America, and unfortunate for them, Portugal is going to land in this area, and they are very quickly going to send their team, or not team, I don't know, their colonizers out, and they are going to draw up a border so that they do not miss out on too much of Central America, and so they will colonize this entire area of like Costa Rica and Panama, and the rest will be left to Portugal. And we now continue the battle between Spain and Portugal, the colonizing battle, as Spain will colonize parts of Florida and land in Mexico, and Portugal will continue colonizing this area of like Central America, and eventually both of these countries will expand, but Spain will cut Portugal off, and also an official border will be drawn. The Netherlands wants to join in again and join in on colonization, and they will invade Belgium and then Luxembourg to kind of just, you know, show their strength. And I mean, they're not nearly as strong as these other powers, but they will still maybe I don't know how they would even get out. Let's just say they buy this island, or these islands, from the United Kingdom, and they just kind of stage it there to go this way. And let's just have them buy this from Denmark as well, and now they have a more direct route and or route. Wait, how do I say that? I don't know. I've never thought about that before. Route. Anyway, though. Oh yeah, I don't know why I didn't show this border, but this is the border drawn between Portugal and Spain. And anyway, though, so we now see the Dutch send settlers out and over down here, once again, to this kind of New York, Boston area, which is where they colonized in real life before the British took New York over. Real quick, I do just want to say that I am trying to reach 200 subscribers, and I would appreciate if you subscribed. But anyway, back to the video. And they are going to expand pretty quickly, as they're a small country and they really want to colonize a lot. And it's going to be hard for them to do that. And yeah, it's going to be really hard. The Portuguese, however, now come up with a plan as they land in Southern California, or is this? Yeah, South California. And or wait, no, South Carolina, not California. I don't know why I said it. I don't know why I said that, but what is that? Oh, never mind. Anyway, though, they will colonize pretty much all of South Carolina, and just kind of begin to calm down as Spain gets very angry with this, and they colonize up more from Florida, and Portugal colonizes down, and now the British are going to get involved, and they're going to squeeze in right by the two, and just kind of be there. And we now see a quick war between France and Portugal take place, as we see the French land in the Haiti Dominican Republic island. I feel like it's called Hispaniola. I might be wrong about that. I think it is, though. And from here, they will actually go to war with the Spanish, and they will attempt to take over Cuba and Jamaica, and it will go kind of good, but they will end up losing control over Jamaica and this island of Cuba, and they loosely retain control over Cuba. But that is good enough for them, and the war will end, splitting up Spain quite a bit, as the French will go over here and, of course, begin to colonize Louisiana, and this is for obvious reasons. But they now have a greater idea in mind, and they will begin to head up the Mississippi River and towards the Great Lakes, and they will head towards the Great Lakes from over here in Canada, and this is pretty much what they did in real life, and they're just going to send a bunch of settlers over this way, and they will colonize around the Great Lakes very quickly, and maybe not go that far down, but they will connect up their claims, cutting off this whole area over here, and putting France in a very good position. Shortly after this, though, the Spanish will cut off their control over here, and we can, I guess, go ahead and look at a naval war, I guess. Let me hold on. And we see this is about what the navies look like. And very quickly, Spain and France will begin to face off down here in the Gulf of Mexico, and they begin to fight. And yeah, France will very quickly accelerate their navy over here, and they will do a good job pushing back Spain a lot. But unfortunately, over here in the Gulf of Mexico, not all is good for France, as their navy is getting just completely obliterated by the Spanish navy, and their navy is doing very good over here, and they go right up, butting up to Florida, but Spain will completely wipe out the French navy over here, And from here, it's pretty much kind of a land war, as France will make a landing on Florida, taking over the Bahamas, Jamaica, and this island of Cuba. Spain will land in Louisiana and begin to take over land, but eventually, both sides, just push back, and it seems like there might not be a clear winner. And soon enough, however, the Spanish Navy will accelerate over here now, dealing with the French Navy in the because they're done dealing with the French Navy over here, and they will retreat their navy from over here because they don't really need to, and this whole area is still under French control. And the Spanish will invade Cuba and the Bahamas, and it's just not going very good for France. Eventually, all of this land will be taken over, and we see that the naval war will end with a official peace treaty being signed between Spain, France, and Portugal, as Portugal will get back their islands, or their island over here, and France will remain with Louisiana. And yeah, it's getting very tight over here, and Germany is going to go ahead and swoop down here and just start colonizing Maine. And yeah, eventually, an official border is drawn, but it isn't officially recognized, and it's drawn by Germany, but the Netherlands also claims over part of it, so, like, this is what it really is, but, the Netherlands claims over some of this land, Germany claims over some of the Netherlands land. It's, very loose, and, yeah, overall, the Dutch are going to continue to expand, and so will the British, and, yeah, we see a lot happening over here. And fast forwarding a little bit, we see Portugal taking a pretty big chunk of what would be the United States. We see the British taking a chunk as they kind of attempt to wrap around, but they don't do it fully, and they cut off the Dutch. And the Spanish will finish colonizing Florida as the rest goes to France. And in this case, well, France is going to not be happy. We'll say that, as first off, they invade the Germans and began taking over their colony, and then the Dutch began to invade them, and they invade the Dutch, and then the British began to blow up some of their forts, and they invade part of the British they claim by accident, and then it just escalates to full-on war, and even Portugal is invading France, and France just decides to re-invade Spain, and we have basically a huge coalition against France forming. And looking at over here in Europe, it's not going to be good for France. They make some pretty important advances into Belgium, and actually they do have a really strong start. They blitz right into Germany, and they even slide past the mountains in Spain to try and capture Madrid, as they go into Catalonia and try to free them, is what they call it. And they also take over the Channel Islands, but it's just not good enough, and it starts out really, really actually strong, but very quickly turns south as the British lead important counteroffensives over here in the Dutch Empire, or the Netherlands Empire, and will fully liberate them. Following this is the complete fall of the German front, as French soldiers are nearly encircled, and troops begin to flood over the border. and British troops flood from in to France from the Netherlands as they're kind of almost allies. The British land in Normandy, taking back the Channel Islands and solidifying a front in France, cutting off Brittany. And Spain will get some help from Portugal and their government and army and fight back against France, crossing the Pioneer Mountains, no matter how hard it is. And Italy is even able to sneak Corsica. And yeah, France is falling apart. And with this coalition over here in Europe, we see all of these powers destroying France as Brittany will fall. And Paris is being very quickly closed in on as the Germans are accelerating their movement. And with France doing horrible over here, they're not doing too good in the Americas as Spain will start to invade and take over a big portion of Louisiana, and the British and Portuguese will both take over important lands in the French claim over here. Borders are not officially drawn up yet, but the Dutch and the Germans will also invade parts of France, and the Germans will get a huge chunk out of France for now, as they even send forces down to capture most of Newfoundland. However, the British will actually make a landing on that and capture some of it as well. And France is kicked all the way out of this not this Americas. Yes, this Americas. They are kicked out of North America, and well, French Guiana will kind of just decide they don't really want to be part of France anymore, and just like that, France is kicked out of the Americas. I mean, I guess, well, no, they are. And that's very bad for them. And this coalition still is going on, and it's pretty much ending. They're trying to work out a peace treaty, but before they do, or as they are working it out, the French will retaliate and send a huge army over here to Normandy. I mean, not huge, but the biggest they have. And this will cause the tensions to very much escalate as they kill tons and tons of British soldiers. And this will lead the British to lead an attack on Paris, as they will capture the city, and with it the monarchy, or not monarchy, republic. I don't know. France is basically just not doing good, as you can see that armies began to spread out and capture remaining towns or cities, and yeah, from here, France will officially surrender, and we can see a peace treaty of this war and a complete conference that will draw up the new borders over here. Okay, and this is what the new Americas looks like. France is kicked all the way out of it. I'm not going to break all of it down. You can see and pause it if you want to see all that has changed. And here's what changed with France. And Italy also gets Corsica. And yeah, they get pretty divided up. But anyway, I gotta speed this up because I gotta go. And yeah, I am probably going to do a part 2 of this. And I found this really fun. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.